Sometimes these simulations can be really crazy. I mean, the Buffalo Sabres winning the Atlantic Division. I can guarantee you that's not going to happen in real life, people. I can guarantee you that is not going to happen in the real life season. But a battle out there between the Leafs and the Senators, well, depending on how much the Senators improve this season, if any, that is a distinct possibility. But I am not going to worry about that right now. We're going to worry about our own playoff series. Our first ever playoff game is the Seattle Kraken, and we are taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, how we are going to do the playoffs is we're going to play the first game of the round and then elimination games after that. And of course, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, the X-Factor players for the Edmonton Oilers. And Boston, in this simulated universe, did not make the playoffs. And I was a little too early there on that. And Greenbauer's going to hang on to that. Honestly, I was not expecting us to make the playoffs, considering that this is our first year in the NHL, but we got in. I'm still not expecting us to win the Cup, though. Like, if we win one round, or one game, at least one game in this, cool. I'll be happy with that. We finished at 41 wins in the regular season, by the way, before. So we were essentially a 500 team. Now, what I mentioned was that we got a wild card spot. Now, we tied with San Jose on points, but I think because we had more overall wins on the season than they did, that's why we got the first wild card, thus resulting in the Sharks playing the Blackhawks in round one. So in a way that we caught a bit of a break not having to play Chicago, but at the same time this is not going to be an easy series in itself. And Mike Smith is going to cover that up. So Domi has pretty much taken Yarncroft's spot here. Starting to think maybe trading for him was not a good idea. But it is what it is. That last regular season game that we had, which was in the last episode, Oh, what a game that was. A high-scoring one. Would have been nice if we had won it, but it is what it is. Because then that would have prevented San Jose from making the playoffs, and Calgary would have gotten in. But whatever. And one-timer is stopped. Poke checked away there by Grubauer. And Mike Smith is going to cover that up. 5.5 minutes remain in the opening period. So I find it amazing that we made the playoffs despite the fact that we don't really have a superstar player on our team. Nice pass to Eberle, but of course the one-timer is blocked. Wenberg. Save made by Mike Smith out to Tyson Barrie. And at the end of period number 1, there is no score between the Kraken and the Oilers. Shots are 8-6 for Seattle. Let's see, who do I have on my team that used to play for the Oilers? Eberle, Yamamoto, and who else? Oh, Larson. Yeah, Larson was an Oiler at one point, I think. So I've got 3 former Oilers on my team here. Yeah, Giordano, I think, is really the only superstar player I have on this team. Yeah, Tampa Bay, they did not make the playoffs. And no wonder with the crappy record they had, so no three-peat for them. So, sucks to be a Tampa Bay fan in this simulation. And Carrick lost his stick. Now that Sharks game, I think I would have won in that last episode, not for Evander Kane going off and scoring 4 goals. That was ridiculous. And Torrey Krug gets the Kraken their first ever playoff goal. One to nothing, Seattle in the second period. Carrick and Tanev get the assists. Done. Tried to pass it there, no dice. And all the way down the ice. A nice save there by Mike Smith. That's to go all the way down the ice. Tried to get it to Max Domi, no good. Out to Jordan Eberle. Wouldn't that be nice if Jordan Eberle scored on his former team here in the playoffs? That being the Edmonton Oilers. And there's a goal for the Oilers right near the end of the period. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins ties it up with 4.6 left, and it's a 1-1 game. Zach Hyman gets the assist. And at the end of the second period, it's 1-1. Shots are 22-10 for Seattle. Yeah, Edmonton I think only got like 4 shots on goal in the second period. Of course, one of them had to go in. And but we injured Tyson Barrie though. Draisaitl puts one home to make it 2-1 Oilers. And early on in the third, the Oilers have taken the lead. Puljujarvi and McDavid getting the assist. God. Second of the game for Draisaitl. Edmonton's on a rampage now. And it's 3-1. Cody Ceci the assist. Like, I could not do anything. Like, literally. Yeah, I think that goal the Oilers had right at the end of the second period gave them a whole bunch of momentum here in the third. Case in point. Cassidy with his first of the postseason. That's now 4-1 Edmonton, and that is leaving me with no choice but to change goalies. Yeah, Edmonton's completely flipped on a switch here in the third. In terms of games, played games here, aka games that I've not seen, like I think we've lost like 3 or 4 in a row or something like that. least get something. No. Well, unless we pull some sort of magic out of our, out of the magician's hat, we are going to drop our first game of the playoffs. Well, that would have been nice if it was still a 2-1 game, but unfortunately that goal is not going to matter. But at least when we're going to lose by 2 instead of losing by 3. Donato getting the assist to make it 4-2, but that is going to be all she wrote. Edmonton takes this one 4-2. And they take a 1-0 lead in this best of 7. Hopefully Grubauer can rebound and steal one for us here in game number 2, but we will see. The next episode, by the way, of course, is going to be the first elimination game of this series. So do keep that in mind, and we will see you then.